Guys, today we're going to be replacing this electrical outlet. In my case, we're just going to swap it over to a different color. Another reason why you may want to replace one is if it goes bad over time. All right, guys, the most important step in this process is to make sure that your power's off. So you need to locate your electrical panel, and hopefully everything that you have is labeled. All right, now that we got the power turned off, I'm just going to plug in this device here, double check and make sure that the power is actually off and looks good. We'll check both plugs. All right, this is the items that we're going to be using today. We have a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, our replacement outlet, and then our replacement cover. All right, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take our flathead screwdriver and we're going to take this middle screw out. And this cover comes off. Then you're going to swap over to your Phillips head. Take the top and the bottom screws out. All right, now that we got the top and bottom screw pulled out, we're just going to pull the whole outlet out. And you notice we have white wires, black wires, and then we also have a solid copper colored wire, which is the ground wire. So we're just going to start by, we're going to remove the top black wire. We're going to unscrew these. You take your pliers and you can kind of work that wire around that screw. And I'm just going to put that one up since it was on top. This one here, we'll do the same with the top. Do the same thing with the top white wire. Take our pliers, work that wire around. We'll put that up. And I like to take the two top wires, put them up, and then I'll take the two bottom wires and put them down just to keep everything organized. So we got our two wires bent up that were on top, two wires that were bent on bottom. Now we're going to loosen up our ground screw. All right, and then just go to the side. All right, so this is our replacement outlet. If you'll notice, one side has gold screws, the other side has silver. If you look on the back, it'll tell you that the gold screws is for the hot wire and the neutral wire is going to be for the silver screws. And then your green screw will be for your grounding wire. I'm just going to start by hooking up the two top wires. The black wire is the hot wire and then the white wire is the neutral wire. And I think I'm just going to clip a little bit off these wires just because they're a little bit long. You don't want to have a lot hanging off if you can avoid it. All you want to do is just have a small loop here. Just make a small loop with your pliers just like that. and then that loop will hook around your screw. And it sits in there just like that, and we'll take that screw and tighten it down. Make sure it's good and snug so it doesn't pull out. We'll do the same thing with the white wire. Hook it around that screw and tighten it down. Let's make our loops for the bottom. All right, last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hook up this ground wire. We'll kind of straighten it out. And we'll just take it and make a little loop here. Just like so. All right, just double check and make sure all your screws are tight. All right, everything looks good. We're just going to take everything and we're just going to fold it back into the outlet compartment. And then we're going to put in our top and bottom screws. Tighten these down. It's easier if you get both of them started, just so you don't have to hold the outlet. All right, once you get your screws tight, we're going to place our outlet cover back on, and then we're going to get our Phillips or flathead screwdriver and tighten down this middle screw. All right, now we got to turn the power back on. All right, guys, the power's back on. We're going to check our work. And as you can see, the light is green. We're going to check both outlets, make sure it works. All right, light is green in there, so that means we got power.